Many of you must have watched videos recently of Black Americans complaining and criticizing African countries. Out of a sudden, Black Americans criticizing, talking about Africans, saying things like Africa is not home for them. Black Americans saying things like they don't want to come to Africa anymore. They don't want to see Africa like their home. Africa does not belong to them, and so on. I've seen so many videos like that. People have tagged me on videos. People have shared links of videos to me. And these Black Americans are not happy with Africans at all. Many of them complaining. And when you start to do the research, when you want to find out what exactly is the problem, where is all of this coming from, you go to the comment section of those videos, you will see that all the problems are coming from one country in Africa. Many of you would expect that to be Nigeria. Many of you would expect that Nigeria will be the country that people will avoid because of all the negative things people have been saying about Nigeria. You expect that if they were to complain of scam or being, facing some kind of difficulties or facing some kind of challenges in Africa, you would expect that they'll be facing such challenges with Nigerians, because that's what the world has made us to look at Nigeria. That's how the world has presented Nigeria to many people. But surprisingly, shockingly, the country that is making Black Americans want to leave Africa, the country that is creating all these issues for Black Americans in Africa, is surprisingly the country that claims to be the most beautiful country in Africa, the country that claims to be the best place for Americans to come to Africa, the country that claims to be the most peaceful, the most loving, the most welcoming, the almighty Ghana. They are the ones who claim that, oh, Ghana is perfect. How come Black Americans haven't made up to 1 year, 2 years in Ghana? And everywhere on YouTube right now is one Black American complaining of how they were scammed in Ghana, or another Black American complaining of how he was mistreated in Ghana, or complaining of how Ghanaians used him, this and that and here and there. The complaints are too many on social media. You can just go on YouTube right now and search Black Americans complaining about Africa, or anything Black American wanting to leave Africa, Black Americans in Ghana. You will see tons and tons of videos of these Black Americans saying they have had enough. They don't want it anymore. It's not one video, sir. It's multiple videos. And when you want to know that the video, the person is saying the truth, read the comments on the videos. That's when you will know the magnitude of the damage that Ghana is creating for Africa. That's when you will know that Ghana is about to do another. You see, Black Americans don't know. Let me educate you people. Let me just educate Black Americans. Those of you who ended up going to America on the boat, your ancestors as slaves. Let me educate you how it all happened. See, there is no country in Africa that contributed to slave trade more than Ghana. There is no, go and check any history documentary, check any record. There is no country in Africa that contributed in selling out Africans like Ghana. There is no. Ghana is the chief of the selling of slaves. Ghana is the foundation. That's why till today, go to Ghana, you will see the place where the slaves were kept, prepared, and packaged, and sent to America. The place still exists in Ghana. They keep it for tourism. They make it as if it's a beautiful thing for Ghana to be proud about. That place should, therefore, don't burn out. It shouldn't exist because it doesn't even speak well. They are keeping it today. It's good they kept it, so they remind the world that this is what Ghana was doing. Ghana was the center of transportation. If they were to take anybody from Cameroon, Nigeria, anywhere in Africa, the person will first of all go to Ghana. Ghanaians were the ones that were doing all the sales. They are the captains. They were the chiefs in charge. You understand? And let me tell you, it looks like that small history and that small relationship that Africa had with black Americans, Ghanaians still wants to sell it out. Because nobody can tell me that they are not using Ghana to do this. I think that the Europeans or Americans, the government is using Ghana to do what Ghana is doing right now. Because there's no how. This will just destroy the relationship between black Americans and Africans. Ghana is about to do just that with what Ghana is doing now. Because you cannot tell me that you will go to America, you will say it's the year of return, beg Americans to come to Africa, beg Americans to come back home. You say they should come back home. But when the Americans come back home to Africa, you Ghanaians, you in your market, you say, oh, you are selling bread. For foreigners, Americans, you sell it $50. For local Ghanaians, you sell it $5. How? They are complaining everywhere. It's all over social media. All over. You sell to foreigners at a different price. Very high. Extremely high. And you sell to your Ghanaians at a different price. This is the height of it. This thing is currently still happening in Ghana as I'm talking to you now. As I'm talking to you. You see, Ghana will ruin Africa again. I'm telling you guys. Ghana will just create a very, very massive issue between black Americans and Africans. Again, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do about it because we have allowed it to happen. We need to start making videos about this. We need to start telling black Americans to avoid Ghana. Every black Americans, we need to start telling them. I personally will start doing those videos. They should avoid Ghana. Go to Nigeria. Definitely that will be my next video. Black Americans, avoid Ghana. Go to Nigeria. Go anywhere else, but avoid Ghana. Because you will carry a bad impression home and tell your brothers and sisters in America that they shouldn't come to Africa. This is not fair. Ghanaians should wake up. Please. Guys, smash the like button, smash the notification bell. Come back anytime you're free. Because there's always more beautiful and amazing videos just for you. God bless you all. Cheers.